Hi, hello.
Hi,
What's your name?
I'm Sean.
Where are you from?
I come from China.
Oh, Chinese. Cool. And here I have some questions about the cultural diversities at Stanford University.
Sure.
The first question is, what do you think about the cultural diversity environment at Stanford International University?
Uh, the cultural diversity in Stanford is very good because this is an international university. There are many international students come from different countries,
Yes.
which they can bring different cultures come in. So I can learn many different cultures from them.
Oh, yes, that's true. And the next one is, do you like the cultural diversity environment at Stanford? Why?
Sure. Like I said before, I learned so many different cultures from the cultural diversity from the international university from other countries. So like languages, I can speak Thai, I can speak English, I can speak Japanese or a little bit Korean. So
Oh,
which is very good for me.
okay. Okay, so that's it. Thank you.
Hello, what do you think about diversity in Stanford and what is the advantage?
I think in Stanford have many nationality, and I think it's very good for our future because we can know what different nationalities like behavior and how to work with them and what is their disadvantage or what is their weak points, and we will know before we start to work.
Understand. Okay, thank you.
So, Masayo Sensei, how do you think of diversity of Stanford?
I think Stanford University has a lot of nationalities. I think it's like 170 countries, which is really good because students and staffs get a lot of point of view, and you stop to be judgmental. That's obviously good.
Okay, so do you think this diversity benefits Stanford? Can you give us some examples?
Yes, because of this being so international, that's why many students can come actually. And when I'm doing my teaching, it's so enjoyable to see different reactions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
How do you consider the cultural diversity in Stanford?
You mean to qualitative as if?
Yeah.
Okay, I think it is very diverse, especially amongst the students, but I think what they take for granted is the diversity in the staff as well. So myself, I'm from Australia, but my family is also from South America, so I have two citizenships. I grew up with a Spanish, Latin American culture as well as the Australian culture. I think the students and the university as a whole really needs to grasp that as an advantage that we have, because not only myself, but there's all the other staff that are here have very diverse backgrounds of culture, diverse backgrounds of education. So languages included with that, of course. I think everyone brings something unique to the table, and that if we were to harness that, then the students would benefit so enormously from that advantage.
So how the diversity benefits the Stanford?
Okay, so we're going to go for the students first, or you want to go for the university management, the staff side of things? Which do you prefer?
Stanford University.
Okay, so we're talking with, okay, let's split it up. Let's look at the advantage for the students first. Okay, so what I like to do, I like to talk with students. I like to come down to their level and relate experiences that I've had myself with students, because I was a student myself. All the other staff here were students at one point in their life. Some of them are still students now doing postgraduates and PhDs. So I like to be able to talk to students if they're from Australia. I have a way that I can connect with them if they're from Australia. If they're from South America, and there's a few students here on the university that speak Spanish. So there's a few Colombian students, a few Mexican students. So I'm able to talk with them. It's a great way to break the ice and be able to communicate with them. So the way I see it as being able to benefit them. So the types of education we would have in Australia are going to be different to the types of education that you would have in the United States, different to the types of education that you would have in Europe, parts of Eastern Europe, or wherever the staff comes from. So even though I could have a master's degree in business from Australia, another staff member could have a master's degree from business also, but from Europe somewhere. So the content for those will be very different. So still going to have similar underlying principles and things, being a business degree, being a postgraduate business degree. But it's going to be the content that makes up those learning objectives that the staff have experienced, that I have experienced, and the other staff have experienced. That is where we can share that with students, where they can benefit from. Because at the end, the students, when they graduate, they're not all going to stay in Bangkok. Okay, not all of them will stay in Thailand either. Some of them might go back to Africa, some of them may go to different parts of Asia, to Europe, United States, anywhere to do postgraduate, to work. So by giving them, sharing with them the experiences that we've had, so when they go to wherever destination they end up after they graduate for their internships, it gives them more insight, it helps them transition just a little bit better. Because imagine you have a student from Thailand, they graduate and they go to work in the United States. So there's going to be a bit of a culture shock there for them to go from this environment to an American environment. Now, if they have American staff here, they can interact with that American teacher, learn a little bit about the culture, the history, the background, just little things. But the student has to take that initiative. I cannot impose my culture, my ideologies, for example, like this, onto a student. If they ask me questions, I can share that with them. I can share them my experiences, the things, the challenges I had, the good things, the achievements I was able to do in my university experience in the United States, for example, with our American teachers that are here. So the student can harness that information, harness that knowledge. So when they go to the States for whatever reason, it makes that transition just a little bit smoother for them. So teachers, yeah, we teach in a classroom, okay, economics, math, marketing, whatever it is that we teach. But we also teach and provide information that resource outside of the classroom. That is where one of the biggest advantages that we have are. For the staffing side, for the university, the collective as a whole, well, just by having all this experience, this wealth of knowledge from so many different countries, be able to share that with students, and for the most part, we share that with the community as well. It benefits, it reinforces the name of the university as being a truly international school. What else you got? What's the next question?
No, that's it.
That's it. That was 2 questions. I thought you said 3 questions.
That's it. I think that is enough.
That's enough? I can keep going.
Stanford.
Why is it important for Stanford? It makes us unique.
Unique.
All the schools in Bangkok, and there's a lot of higher education institutes here, all of them provide education services, a learning experience for the students. By having this cultural diversity here, it makes us special. Because we're still providing that learning experience, we're still providing knowledge-based courses for students to learn from, so they can go and excel in industry or postgraduate or whatever they want to do. But by having that cultural diversity amongst the staff, it just makes it better.
Thank you.
You are welcome.